Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. Is the end of day three between India and England. Zabardast test match chal raha hai. England have kept their hopes alive thanks to Ollie Pope. What a fantastic innings! 148 of 208 balls, not out. एक chance मिला था उसको. I think when he was on 103, 110 around that. Akshar Patel dropping the catch of Jadeja's bowling, but apart from that, it was a brilliant innings. Reverse sweep, some really good defense as well. Defense maybe he was calm, composed. He looked much better. I think initially थोड़ा सा confused दिख रहा था वो, and then he really got to understand the pace of the wicket. Slow था, the turn was slow also, the odd one was keeping low, so he batted really well, adjusted really good. England को बहुत अच्छा start मिला था सुबह में. Joe Root came, cleaned up the tail, and then Zach Crawley and Ben Tuckett put on a very good partnership. Ben Tuckett in particular बहुत अच्छी batting कर रहा था. He was also he was timing the reverse sweeps exceptionally well. I think Ollie Pope towards the end was really good, मगर इन्हें जो reverse sweep खेल रहा था Ben Tuckett with the confidence he was playing, it was incredible. And England are now in a striking distance. मतलब अभी भी कल they can get all out very quickly. 4 विकेट जल्दी गिर सकते, but if they get close to 200 lead, फिर match on है. You can say that it's not a vicious track, it's not ranked run or anything like that, magar 200 run fourth innings chase pressure aata hai, and then if they get early wickets they can really put India in a difficult position. So right now I think Ollie Pope has to continue batting. I think folks gave him very good support. Third session mein jo batting kare un log, incredible batting, man. It was really good under pressure, playing these spinners. It was proper cricket. Maybe they weren't striking at the rate of baseball, like in Phir bhi they were playing some different type of shots. They were making the Indian bowlers think. Line length bhi change ho raha tha. Field placements वगैरह अब देखो, there was players riding the boundary and everything, because initially whenever they came into bat they were playing shots and trying to spread the field. So I think unbelievable performance so far from Ollie Pope. और अगर उन्हें 200 खुद बना दिया और 200 लीड हो गया इंग्लैंड का, then it's game on. Then it can be a very very exciting game. Still right now they're in a position where they can put pressure on India. कल अगर आप मेरे से पूछे तो I would have told you कि this is India's test match, there's no way they're losing this. I still feel India has the advantage because सुबह में आके they can wrap things up under 150 or around that mark, and it should be a chase that they should be able to complete. लेकिन if they get an extra lead close to 200 plus, then England are in the game. There will be pressure on India. Now no matter what, I think India will be a bit mindful in their chase. And series के लिए अच्छा है. I think series के लिए काफी लोग write off कर रहे थे England को कि भाई उनके bowlers ऐसे है, batsmen ऐसे, बासबॉल यहाँ पे नहीं चलेगा, वो नहीं चलेगा, conditions अलग है. But the way Ollie Pope batted today, I think एक statement है कि we're here to fight, we're here to win the series, compete करने वाले हम लोग, we're not going to be run over. And I think that's a very important message, because otherwise everyone was thinking it's going to be a one-sided series. India will dominate. India might still win, or probably will still win this test match if things go their way. Lekin at least the statement aa gaya from England ki we're going to fight, we won't let it that easy. And to concede इतना बड़ा lead, फिर उसके बाद to bring back that lead and continue fighting. 4 विकेट अभी बाकी है, तो they still have plenty of room to score runs, find the gaps and build that lead. अगर वो अच्छे तरीके से build कर दिए तो फिर they can put pressure. Then they have their own fun with the field. अलग-अलग field set कर सकते हैं, wicket, and you know how Ben Stokes likes to captain. I think एक चीज what he'll do is he won't make the mistake of not bowling Root, because Root 4 विकेट ले लिया. हम लोग बोल रहे थे भाई उसको परसों for day 1 पे दलाना था, उसको नहीं दिए थे. That matchup against Jaiswal would have really suited him. लेकिन he bowled really well, and he's underrated bowler conditions में. जो ठीक है, part time बोल सकते हो, off spinner and all that, but particularly against the left-hander he was very very good, and even against the right-hander मेरे हिसाब से अच्छा bowling कर रहा था ना. He looks in good form, and he could be a bit of a threat also last innings में. देखना पड़ेगा. India, I think अगर आप देखें bowling wise, they were टप्पे पे डाल रहे थे. They were trying to they did beat the bat, especially in the last session. अगर आप देखें, there were a few deliveries that Akshar, Jadeja, even Ashwin bowled that just missed the stumps. लेकिन it was the way England applied themselves, is the way they understood the pitch, adjusted to the pitch. हम लोग समझे कि शायद एक दो टेस्ट के बाद हम लोग समझ में आएंगे, मगर जल्दी they've adapted, they've understood कि there is turn, but it's slow turn, so you can wait and play. And also if you see they were playing more on the front foot. They had time to wait for the spin and then play with the spin or against the spin. They had that choice, so they understood it very, very well. Root again, Ibrahim bhai, thank you so much for joining. Root again was England's most successful spinner. I think English spinners are not as effective to cause any threat to India. Only Reach and Root look like they will get wickets. And yes, look, you have to also understand the spinners who are playing. The other two are very inexperienced. They don't have that experience of Leach or I wouldn't say Root is the most experienced spinner, but he's played a lot of cricket. He's bowled in different conditions also. So usko samajh mein aa gaya. So these guys, it'll take some time. I think a few test matches. We saw Kuhneman as well in his first test match in India. The first couple he was out of thing, and we thought like, this guy's not really going to do much. But then he came in the Indore test and bowled Australia to victory. So us hisab se I think they can. It's a learning curve for them. Of course, they don't look as threatening right now. It's also their first tour. They also have to understand where they will be successful. Where will they, if they pitch the ball in particular areas, where to pitch, and how to beat the batsman, deceive the batsman. Also, I feel कि Test match cricket में अगर आप देखें, it has to be setting up the batsman also. आप कितने बार देखो Ashwin Jadeja, they bowl a particular line and length, and they consume they make the batsman consume dot deliveries, then they bowl that wicket taking delivery. Whereas here these guys were trying to flight it, were trying to get wickets every single ball, and that works in T20 cricket because there is outfield catchers, the field is spread out, the batsman is looking to score quick runs. But in Test cricket especially, there's there is no motivation to keep hitting every single ball. So usme aapko you have to set up the batsman. You have to bowl at a particular line length where he's uncomfortable, and then bowl that wicket taking delivery. If you always bowl wicket taking deliveries, aggressive bowling, flighting it, tossing it up, then the batsman will understand what you're doing. So I think that's where you have to tighten the screws a bit. Either you keep like an offside field, keep bowling on the offside, or have a leg side trap, bowl it at the pads, and then bowl that delivery with thing. So I think that's what the English bowlers have to understand, especially Hartley or Ryan Ahmed, ki bhai kaisa set karna hai batsman ko in a Test match. And you see Ashwin Jadeja aksar do that. And today, honestly, they struggled. If you see these guys are experienced spinners. They understand conditions so well, but they struggled to get England all out today. There was turn and offer. It wasn't the easiest pitch to bat on. Yes, it wasn't the hardest either, but it wasn't like ki bhai flat wicket hai. It was there was turn there, whether it was slow, whether it wasn't as dangerous, but it was still there. And they couldn't really get England all out, and England batted really well. You have to give them a lot of credit, especially Ollie Pope. He was magnificent, man. That was one of the top innings I've seen in a while India mein, especially because Root ka bhi agar aapko yaad hai pichle series mein he scored a big 100, double 100, I think, but that was a flat pitch. Here it was turning. It was also under pressure. If you see, they were a lot of runs behind, like 190 runs behind India, and then to bat like that when wickets are falling around you, I think sensational. Last session, it's also breaking a bit the pitch. You can see some balls keeping low. That ball to Folks that Akshar Patel bowled, Folks didn't realize how low it's going to keep, and he got deceived. So there, Ollie Pope was so good, man. It was an incredible innings to watch. Good counter-attacking innings, and yes, when needed to defend, he defended. He didn't go crazy. And England are here to compete. Like you said, the bowling is still a bit weaker. That's why I think a lot of people will keep India as favorites to win this game, despite everything. They will probably keep them favorites. But at least we have competition now. We have a game on our hands. Ki bhai kal uth ke dekhna hai ki kitne run maar sakte hain, nahi maar sakte. It's not written off. A lot of people, including myself, thought the game will be done today, but they've taken it to day 4, and potentially maybe they can take it further if they keep batting. If they bat a whole session tomorrow, for example, then they can take it to day 5 too. So it depends on how they play, but at least they've set up the game. Ki bhai, there is still all 3 results, all 4 results you want to say possible. Maybe the draw is unlikely, but win, loss, or tie is likely. These are all possibilities in this Test match, weather permitting. So, mere hisab se, they've done a fabulous job to keep this Test match alive, and it's very good for the series. Ki bhai, England are also here to compete. Yes, they will have weaknesses, they'll have problems, they won't be the most comfortable in these conditions, लेकिन फिर भी उन लोग पहले टेस्ट मैच से ये अनाउंस कर दिया कि we can adjust quickly and we can also score runs, and hopefully let's see what they do in the 4th innings, but hopefully they can improve their bowling and take wickets too. And Michoy Bashir coming in for that second test, probably that will also be a breath of fresh air probably for them, and let's see how he performs. There's a lot of expectations from him, but again, he's inexperienced, so is Hartley, so is रेयान अहमद, तो उन लोगों को थोड़ा टाइम लगने वाला है एडजस्ट करने के लिए. एंड इंडिया, नो मैटर व्हाट इट इज, कंड्यूसिव फॉर स्पिन एंड एवरीथिंग, बट दैट पुट्स प्रेशर ऑन स्पिनर्स कि भाई everything is reliant on you. You have to from day one pick up all the wickets and all that. So there will be more pressure on the Indians, on the English spinners. But I think they can adapt. It's still a long series. It's still a long way to go. They have to play in different venues, and they'll also, acclimatize better now that they're already in India. They're playing cricket, and yeah, I think fabulous job, man. Ollie Pope, what a day for him. I think if Wood and Leach settle in, then maybe they can bowl England to a win and take pressure off Ryan and Hartley. Yeah, exactly. And also Joe Root, I think, has a part to play, especially when Jaiswal is there. Maybe open the ball with Root, and if he can pick up a couple of wickets, then Wood, Leach, and then even Ryan, Ahmed, and Hartley can also get that confidence, and they'll also get more pitches, I feel, in the fourth innings compared to the second innings, because of course, it's like I said, it's not a ranked runner, but it will wear and tear a bit. Of course, it's a typical Indian pitch where there will be dryness. It'll turn, it'll spit off the pitch, and there will be variable bounce. And I think as the game progresses, you'll see more of that. And if you're bowling in the fourth innings, you're 200 on the board, and suddenly India is 10 for 2, for example, then England are in it. It'll give confidence to Real Ahmed, it'll give confidence to Hartley. And I think the way Ben Stokes captains, yes, I feel that he made mistakes, especially over bowled Hartley in the first innings. He got Root late and all that. Lekin, the way he captains, he instills belief, and that is, I think, a positive that he'll look at it like this. He'll say, listen, it's not going to be as easy to hit you in this innings than it was in the last innings, so go out there, bowl your heart out. There'll be a specific plan for players. Stick to that plan, get me a wicket, and we'll be off and winning this game. So that's how he will look at it, I think. And yeah, I think they'll have to take it session by session, ball by ball. England right now, it's about how much they can extend this lead, how long can Pope bat, how long can Ryan Ahmed bat, and even Wood and Leach, can they contribute with the bat, score some runs, so that even Hartley, so that they can stretch the lead and put India under some runs pressure. Because once they get to that, if they get to 200, then it becomes a bit of a thing that it'll be a bit nagging for India. They're like, oh damn, we have to chase 200 now. Even it won't be that easy. How was SA under 19 chasing 270 in 27 overs to top the group? Incredible, man. I thought Scotland had a very, very good score, and then in the first 5 overs they served the way South Africa got off to a flyer. I think they hit like 70 runs or something 5 over mein. Uske baad bhai, like they kept giving it, and they've topped the group. A really good performance. Pakistan also beating New Zealand, like smashing them by 10 wickets. Naseem Shah's brother, man, again, what a performance from him. He's been really good in the Asia Cup, and now in the World Cup also. He started off with a bang. First game, per ye game maybe unhe 3 wicket liya. And overall, I think Pakistan have started the tournament really well. So as India. So exciting times now. South Africa have also done well now. So now we're getting into that group Super 6, I think, stage type. So it should be more fun. There'll be more exciting games. I think India still has a USA game. There's still a few group games left. Once that's done, then we'll go into the Super Sixes and semi-finals. So it should be very exciting. Even Sunrisers won today, Ibrahim, by 4 runs. They lost on Friday, but they made up for it with a victory. Not Friday, on Thursday they lost, but they made up for a victory today. Just by 4 runs they won, but a very good performance once again. And I think under 19 World Cup also abhi pick up ho raha hai. Like there's going to be more exciting games as bigger teams clash with each other. You will have more exciting close encounters. I've already seen some really good talent out there. Mushir Khan for India scoring 100. He was outstanding. Ubaid Shah, Naseem Shah's Ubaid Shah is Naseem Shah's brother, and Mushir Khan is Sarfaraz Khan's brother, and these guys have done exceptionally well so far. They've started the World Cup really well. I think Sri Lanka, the spinner, especially Lahiru, I think he's been outstanding. West Indies have had that batsman who scored 100. South Africa also have an exciting team. England too. So I'm really excited. Nepal, they beat Afghanistan yesterday. That was a crazy game. Again, Afghanistan played 2 thrillers. Unfortunately, they're on the losing side of it, but it was very exciting to watch. I think they fought hard. Unlucky they didn't win, but their games were crazy. And congratulations to Nepal. Un log cricket crazy country hai. For them, a victory like this will really pump up the crowd, and hopefully there'll be a lot of people celebrating for them, because want Nepal to do good because the passion over there is next level. I saw some qualifying games and I met people from Nepal and they're just mad about cricket. Tomorrow, last matches of group stage: India under 19 versus USA and Australia versus Sri Lanka. There you go. So one more day of group stages, and we got the big knockouts. And yeah, exciting. I love tournament sports. Like, we have the World Cup going on now, under 19 cricket. We've got the African Cup of Nations in football. We've got the Asian cup as well, football. So I really like it because what happens, you have the group stages, and then it starts building the excitement. First you want to get qualify out of your group, and then once you're out, then it's knockout matches, one-on-one against different countries. It's a lot of fun to watch. So yeah, that's why I'm enjoying it right now. It's a good time to watch sports, and in particular, I think under 19, after this group stages, you'll see some really good cricket. You'll see some closer games. We've already seen some cliffhangers, man. That Nepal Afghanistan game, New Zealand Afghanistan game, they've been really good. So और देखने को मिलेगा. And if India Pakistan play, whether it's in the Super Sixes or in the semifinals, finals, it'll be a lot of fun. I can assure you that, because they're both very good teams. They didn't do well in the Asia Cup, but they've really rectified that. They've started the World Cup very well, and with a lot of confidence. Some really good performances, both as a team and individuals. And I think if they play against each other, it should be a lot of fun. Under 19 World Cup, 3 teams from each group qualifies, and the 4 teams eliminated will play 16th place playoff before going home. Interesting. I mean, I think it's good for those guys. They get some exposure. They get to play more games before they leave. Of course, like if you look at it from a emotional point of view, they're probably upset. Like, why the hell do we have to play? We lost. Like, forget it. But at least it gives them that exposure before they go. As many games as you play at this age, in particular, it's really helpful. It gives you understanding of other conditions, experience that aapko playing other teams. So, like, I don't think they mind playing, but yes. When you're losing a tournament, when you leave a tournament losing, it's not the greatest feeling. But yeah, so tomorrow, even the Australia, let's talk about the Australia West Indies test match. Oh, that's also really well poised. I mean, Australia bowled well today to have a decent target, but they've already lost 2 wickets. They're 60 for 2 right now. But the only problem is, I think Shamar Joseph is injured. I don't know if he'll take further part in this game, and that means the West Indies are a bowler down, so that could be an issue. Steve Smith is still batting there. He's looking to prove a point, of course, opening the batting. West Indies, I felt maybe they're 50-60 runs short, especially with Joseph not there. But what can you do? You're against a top-notch Australian lineup. Hazelwood picking up 3 wickets, Nathan Lyon picking up 3 wickets, Stark, Cummins. उन लोग हमेशा they're at you. Like इन लोग ये जो bowlers है ऑस्ट्रेलिया के, जो भी रहें तो they're always looking to find outside edge. आपको टप्पे पे बॉल डालते और मुश्किल रहता to get them away all the time. And but I still feel West Indies are in this game. Early wickets tomorrow, Pele session mein, and if they can take this game to that twilight period where they need, like, for example, 4-5 wicket, they can really put the pressure on. So I hope that West Indies take this close and even win it. It'll be crazy for West Indies in cricket if they win a test match in Australia. It'll be a magnificent achievement, I think, because I didn't expect them to win. But I think they're fighting hard. अच्छा है, at least contest अच्छा मिल रहा आपको, between both the teams. The way West Indies have played in the series, there've been some really good individual performances, and hopefully they don't miss Joseph too much tomorrow, and their bowlers can do a job and put Australia under pressure. पहले तो उन लोगों को Smith को निकालना पड़ेगा, and then keep going because Australia do bat deep, so it won't be as easy as it looks. And for Australia also, agar aap ulta kare to, like, they'll say, okay, we just need like 100 and odd runs to win. But you lose a wicket here, you lose a wicket there, suddenly the lights come on, the ball starts to nip and swing around, and it becomes challenging. So they'll also have to be a bit careful in the chase. And as long as Smith is there, I think they should be fine. But if he goes early, then and the flood gets open, then West Indies can really make a match out of this and even go on to win it, in my opinion. So, like, we have 2 really good test matches going on अभी. Like, मैं को कल तो देख रहा था कि इंडिया का 1-sided हो जाने वाला है, लेकिन although India, I still feel are in have an advantage of winning this game, still England winning is also not out of the equation anymore. Maybe yesterday it was, now it isn't. And Australia, West Indies, I think maybe 60-40 in Australia's favor. West Indies can really come back into this game if they pick up early wickets. So we've got that. We've got the last group stage games from the Under-19 World Cup, SA T20 going on, the Dubai T20. I think SA T20, there's a match right now delayed by rain when I last checked. And then we have the Sunrisers winning early on. And Saturday, so double header. So Johannesburg Super Kings and Victoria Capital's game is delayed by rain. JSK is 44 for 2. So that's the update from there. And the ILT 20 Dubai Capitals are 132 for 7. And right now, the Gulf Giants are 5 for 1, chasing that score. It could be a low scoring thriller. Yes, Shamajur has hurt his foot, ball in the fourth innings, and that's a huge blow. When you lose a bowler, particularly when you're defending a score which is defendable, but it's like dangling a carrot kind of score where the opposition will think they're also in it to chase it, and then you're also can defend it. You have runs on the board. But when you lose a bowler in that kind of chase, फिर थोड़ा सा आपको मुश्किल हो जाता है, and hopefully it doesn't really it doesn't really affect them. But of course, somewhere down the line, they will miss him. Joseph's injury brought in early and West Indies innings after Yorker hit his foot. Exactly, yeah, it hit his foot, and if this is the way, he gets injured, it's a very unlucky. You can't do anything. I feel for the guy. I think he could have played a huge part fourth innings, mein. But now West Indies have to forget about that. They're like, listen, we have these many runs to defend. We have to give it all out. I think it's the last test, right? I don't know if they have another test after this. So they have to give it their best. And whoever is there who can bowl, whoever is available, whether it's 3 bowlers, 4 bowlers, it doesn't matter. Just give it full tilt. Use the part-timers when you can and try to pick up wickets as possible. Set aggressive fields. और ऑस्ट्रेलिया को प्रेशर में डालो भाई, प्रेशर में डालो, जल्दी विकेट आ लो. एंड जैसा मैं बोला, सेटअप करना पड़ेगा उन लोगों को. इट्स नॉट जस्ट कि भाई विकेट टेकिंग डिलीवरीज, आपको थोड़ा सा फील्ड के साथ खेलना पड़ेगा. जो ब्रैथवेट करता है, आई थिंक उन्हें टैक्टिकली बहुत साउंड है. द कैप्टन, वेस्ट इंडीज कैप्टन ब्रैथवेट, इफ दे कैन जस्ट सेट अप द बैट्समैन, थोड़ा सा प्रेशर डालो स्मिथ पे by setting the fields a bit different, थोड़ा सा runs dry करो, उसके बाद attack and pick up his wicket. I think they'll have a chance. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And especially जैसा रात शाम हो जाता, फिर वो just before the lights turn on, or when the lights are turning on, that time it can get tricky for the batters. So West Indies will have to make sure they take this game deep and see what happens. ODI series after this test for Australia and West Indies. So there you go. This is the last test. They got to give it their all. And दोनों टेस्ट मैचेस मेरे हिसाब से अब अच्छे जा रहे. England have pulled a rabbit out of a hat so far. I think the way Ollie Pope has batted was incredible, and he's kept them in the game. The West Indies, Australia right now, that also can go either way. So it's good to watch this kind of test. This is what we want to see. We want to see competitive test cricket. Okay, there will be one-sided games, especially when you're playing against India or Australia and their home. There will be games where they dominate, but the opposition can come and fight it out and take it at least till the second last day, then it becomes very exciting. And even though this might not go into day 5, the India-England, at least we have a game on our hands, and at least there is going to day 4, we know कि भाई कोई भी जीत सकता है ये game. It's not like कि सिर्फ India जीतेंगे, even though India has the advantage and they should win it from here. लेकिन England are still in it. Pope is still not out. If he goes on to keep scoring, gets a bit of luck here and there, like he did in the last session, will be outstanding. And some of his shots, there's two sweeps that he hit over his helmet like that, and it was over the keeper. Even Sunil Gavaskar had to applaud. He's like, भाई अगर आप उसका ग्राफ देखे तो ऐसा देखेंगे पूरे उसके शॉट्स एजेस है, because that whole diagram is showing runs behind the wicket. So if you're a traditional cricket watcher who hasn't seen cricket in the last 5-10 years, you might think it's the edges and the bowlers have been unlucky, but they're deliberately hitting those shots. So there is the fine reverse sweeps, the scoops over the head, the deliberate shots, and that is why the wagon wheel is showing the ball going into those directions. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Tomorrow again we'll update you, hopefully for both the games, and the under 19 also. India England का day 4 है कल, फिर उसके बाद West Indies Australia का है. Let's make a prediction. Let's say England have set a score of 192, let's say 200, just to make it fun, 200, and India win by like 3 wickets or 2 wickets. India win by 2 wickets. I would like a close game, but yeah, you never know. Like the spinners can come in the first half an hour wipe out the English tail, and then Jaiswal and Rohit Sharma can chase it down too. So there is still plenty of scenarios that can be played tomorrow, and I'm very excited for it. I'm sure you guys are also. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button. We'll keep updating you throughout the day, hopefully, and get you more content from Chasing the Target live from Hyderabad there as well. So yeah, hit that button and make sure you keep tuned. Thank you, Ibrahim Bhai, for watching. Whoever's watching with us, really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of the evening.